dirty couch is blowing up, Neal.
No, they rocking with it for real, man. They rocking with it.
What's
I
the
think
next,
we on the something.
Yeah, what's the next move? What we need to do?
No, this is what we're gonna keep doing. Though. We're gonna keep promoting the rappers, man. You know, we got rappers trying to get up out the city. This is what we're gonna do though. We're gonna change. We're gonna try to get some promoters, some club promoters. Let's start talking to some club owners. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna start doing it like that, man. Get some.
Neal, come on, man. Like, I think that's putting ourselves in a box. Like, no, let's talk to more politicians. Let's talk to preachers. Let's talk to like all these entrepreneurs in Augusta. Man,
them episodes be boring. Them episodes be really boring though. Look, if you look at the views go down on them type of episodes. Look at them politicians. Every time we put a politician on there, the views be low. Let's keep the views high. Let's talk about the fights. Let's talk about all these killers in the city.
Like, so we doing it for the views now? Like, I thought we was doing it for the community. Like, bro, like you tripping, man. What do we need to do, Neal?
I think you might be right.
Dang. Right. So who up next?
Man, I only got 2 years to live.
Great is thy faithfulness, O Lord, unto me. Looking over my life, it's obvious to see.
So you're on this fast pace. Let me see. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die going hard.
Again, this is another episode of On the Dirty Couch with the Blair Brothers. We have another superstar celebrity, not even from the city of Augusta, Georgia, but if you speak his name, he's well known in the city of Augusta, Georgia. He's making big moves in the city of Augusta, Georgia, and abroad. Man, we have Pastor Charles Goodman on the Dirty Couch. Man, thank you so much.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you, Blair Brothers, for inviting me to the Dirty Couch right here at Tabernacle Baptist Church. So
we right here in Tabernacle, y'all. Right here, man. It's been a long time coming. I've been definitely aggravating Pastor Goodman about getting on the Dirty Couch, and he took his time with me, but he's here right now. We appreciate you.
Thank you for your patience, man. Miss Charlene worked it out. That's so grateful, man. Honored for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Now, this couch has not been properly blessed. We have a lot of cabinets.
I feel that it hasn't. It's been through a lot. I can tell.
It's been through some trials and tribulations.
I can imagine, but it can still be redeemed. Let's pray for it, man. Let's pray for this couch. God, I pray that you will bless this dirty couch, and I thank you for how it is used as a springboard to once again allow other people to hear the great things that you're doing in our city. And so, Lord, I just pray that you would bless the Blair Brothers and others who will be sharing with us. It's our prayer. Amen.
Amen. Amen. It's official now. It's been blessed.
It's good, but it still ain't got no strength. It's a lot of springs here. If you ever get a chance, it's really. I thought they were joking. Like I thought dirty couches was like
just the name.
No, but it's real. This is real. This is real. Let's bring it back to college. Right? That's funny. It brings it back to college.
Man, Pastor Goodman has so many accolades. Man, he graduated from Wake Forest. He was born in Maryland.
Yes.
But he's
Greensboro, North Carolina. It's home. G-Boro. That's the home.
Graduated from Wake Forest, and after that he had so many accolades. I read his bio. I could not remember every accolade. I can let Pastor Goodman tell you about his accolades. If you want to touch on a few of your accolades.
Yeah, well, I mean, from Greensboro, North Carolina, and went to James Spencer Dudley High School, which perhaps is the most pivotal institution I've been a part of. It was mainly African-American high school. I grew up right across the street from the school, and so it really just, I think, instilled a lot of courage and confidence in me. And so I was just honored 2015 to be in the Hall of Fame, Hall of Distinction at James Spencer Dudley High School. So from there, Wake Forest University, from there, Emory County School of Theology, from there, Wesley Theological Seminary at American University, and just recently Cambridge College, getting a Master's in Management degree. So I think I'm done. My staff laughs at me because I still want to do a law degree, but we'll see.
Wow.
But I, a lot of the work that I do now, I'm not sure if I can fit it in the time. But I'm just a proponent of education, and I just really thank for these institutions. That's why we got to be big on saving pain, and especially historically Black colleges. I didn't go to one, but we try to promote because those institutions are very significant to our community and to our culture. So, and that's big for us and for me personally.
Why choose the route? A lot of guys want to be basketball players, rappers. Why go into the church and becoming a pastor?
I don't know if I chose it as much as it chose me. My grandparents have pictures of me at 8 years old preaching in a vacuum cleaner and put on my granddad's shirt and jumping off the bed, you know. So if they think I'm wild now, it was wild back then. But I don't know. I think it's my calling, and I wasn't fast enough to play basketball. Or, didn't have the linguistic acrobatics to be able to rap, even though I love some of the great MCs. You know, I'm a major Biggie fan.
Biggie fan?
That was my time. That was my tenure. Biggie fan, Jay-Z, you know, Nas. I'm not really sure about any of these new rappers.
Oh man, don't be one of those.
School, you know, Mos Def, Talib Kweli. But ministry just embedded in me. My grandparents raised me in the church. I was in church almost every day, and it's just what I love. And I absolutely love the church. I love what it stands for, and it has given me the opportunity to be the best change agent as possible as I can be. So I'm a big proponent of the church. I know the church gets a bad rap, and especially to millennials, and to be honest, I mean, you know, historically the churches, we've been exclusionary and we've done some judgmental things, but I always tell people, don't judge individual institutional certain churches to make it the whole church. You know, the whole church is a beautiful thing, and I don't believe in church hurt or anything else. I think, you know, I hear people say that. For me, I say, well, no, don't call it church hurt. Church didn't hurt you. Someone there who did something wrong and did not honor relationally how you should have been treated. Say it's them. Don't blame the whole church. So that's one of my main things, because you know, any institution, we have bad people at them. You know, there's people on your job that's crazy. People in your family that's crazy. So I think it just happened. So hopefully we can, you know, and we get into it for the right reason. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Now with Tabernacle, you actually have this location on
Yes.
Lane Walker. You also have the West location.
Yeah, we just a couple of years ago, 2015, we started Tab West at 702 North Bel Air Road, and it's been incredible. I've seen incredible growth since I've been here. 10 years this year. When I first got here, we had 2 services, 8 and 11, and within the last 10 years now we're at 4 services, and so 3 here and then 1 at our West location. But starting in January, make sure y'all check this out. We're starting a 5th service, so we'll be doing 5 services on Sunday. Wow. So at our main location right here, Laney Walker, we're gonna do 7:15, 9:45, and 12:15. And then at our West location, it'll be 9 o'clock and 11:15. So if you have an opportunity, we would love to have you there. I think our worship is great, and we try to just create moments where people can come connect. Service is no longer than an hour and a half, but our West is only an hour, so I really enjoy that service. And then we try to be mindful of people's time and those things. So yeah, that's what we are, 2 locations. So in the future, we're gonna add some additional locations. Within a few years, we're gonna add Tab North. We're gonna be in South Carolina, and really try to develop this multi-site opportunities of church growth. So that's what we are.
Now, with Tabernacle, I heard your name over a lot of church names with the young community.
Wow.
How did you establish that? How did you establish the young people to come in?
Well, I think, when I came, I was 27. So being young, I think you forget who you are. I'm very comfortable in me. Like you said, I'm not going to wear a suit all the time. Yeah. I love J's. I mean, you know, I may throw on some Yeezys, but I've tried to just be myself, and I think you always attract who you are. I also think we've got an incredible worship experience. Brother Trey McLaughlin does an amazing job. He'd probably sneak in here in a second. They got rehearsal in a few moments with our West band. He's young, and I think he's vibrant. I think a couple of my staff, Representative Jefferson and others, are just young. So I think people see us and they kind of connect with who you are. I mean, at some point, they kind of see who you are, and I think we try to do a lot of multimedia within our worship. I mean, you're going to have a lot of things on the screen, and we're going to promote social media. So I just think that we just had a unique ability to reach a different demographic. And so I think it's cool. So I think that's what it is, and hopefully make church cool again. You know, it's all right. You know?
It's pretty cool, man, because it's like they were talking about it like the club, not in the bad aspect.
Now they come, they put on the same stuff they wear in the club. No doubt about it.
I was gonna ask you about that.
They
Do y'all have a dress code?
Man, you know, we always tell people, man, just be respectful. But at the end of the day, I'm very mindful that, you know, I grew up with my grandparents, and some of their views is very strict. But I always tell people, you know, just be comfortable, but just be respectful. And I just think it's a different day. And we don't want to create an environment where we want to judge people for what they got and what they're wearing. I just want to get you in church. I think there comes certain levels of conviction that come then when you come into a place, and I'm always trying to push our older saints, hey guys, before you start speaking, judging, and saying what they got on, form a relationship. Talk to them. Hey, hey sister, hey brother, let me take you out to lunch. And then while you're at lunch, you create relationships. Hey, I want to take you shopping. And then there's a way to do it instead of saying, look what you got on. And look, I think we do too much of that. And my main thing is, man, just come into the house, and once you get in, because my grandma had this famous saying, you can't clean fish in the water, which means you got to get them in the boat first, form a relationship. And I think from that, you can help develop people and just share some things that to do it. But I want people coming in, man. We have people where from seasoned saints and young. I mean, it's pretty interesting. But I love it all. I'm just glad you're in church. I mean, that's our main thing is kind of push that.
With 8,300 members,
yeah,
what's the, I don't even know if you can speak about this, but I'm asking anyway. What's some of the worst things you've seen, or the most embarrassing things you've seen? Oh. You don't have to say names, just a situation.
I just think, man, I think church, like everything else, I see the best of people and the worst of people. So I can't say individual situation. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff, but that's just people. We're in the people business, which when at the end of the day, people are funny, people are messy. It's just we all got our own idiosyncrasies. I mean, me not excluded. All of us got something. That to me makes the beauty of the church, is because God shows us with our issues and flaws and failures and dirty couches to kind of make differences. So I think, so it's hard to pinpoint. I get hurt. Probably my biggest hurt is when I see us not treat one another right. I mean, I think, that to me will be the biggest hurt. Or people would leave because we did not put our best foot forward. I tell my church one of the most heartbreaking moments I probably had here. Probably around my first couple of years, we had a couple that was invited to come to church. So they came and tried to drop their kid off. And at that time, I think I had a worker that was helping to serve in our nursery that was kind of mean to them. And so they took their kid and left. They didn't come here to worship. They didn't hear no songs. They didn't hear me preach, and left. And that week, the husband died in a car crash. Oh, man. And so I've carried that. And I always share that story because I'm always telling people who work and serve, everything you do is important. Like, people don't just come to hear me preach or Trey just walk in or hear him sing. Every part that we do, from working in the parking lot, ushering, serving, all of it is to kind of create an atmosphere where people can feel invited and welcome. And I want everyone, regardless of what your issue is, to be welcome in the house of God. Now, at the end of the day, may not affirm everything, but that's just, we still believe in the standard that the Word of God gives us. But the thing that I understand is so important, that I believe in my own life, is the grace God gives us, which tells us that, we all are not perfect. We're in a strange tension of being and becoming. So I just want people to get in, man. We want to create an atmosphere where I want you to feel comfortable coming in, that you won't be judged. I want to be able to speak to you and create an environment where conviction takes place to make you be better. I think that's it. So hopefully, that's what we're trying. We fall short sometimes, and we're still trying our best to perfect that atmosphere. And so I always tell people, give us grace. Sometimes we're not on our best. Sometimes people have bad days, and sometimes it comes out of inopportune times. But I'm hoping that they'll give us an opportunity to just love people like I feel God has loved us.
Absolutely. And another pull, or another reason for people to come, is you have Trey.
Trey,
sings
that's
at the
right.
church.
He's a monster.
From time to time. So you come on over.
He's the maestro. Man, he's been incredible, man. Trey's been with us about 7 years, and I'm just in awe of his gift. Come on, Trey. I'm in awe of his gift. He's a world gospel legend.
Make sure we say we icon. So, we got celebrity Trey.
So it's I always tell people, I think there's been an incredible marriage at our church between worship and the Word, and I'm grateful for him. It's been just a great journey, man. I'm just in awe. Not just to give him, man. He's just a real genuine guy. So I appreciate my brother, and we tag team and partner this thing up, and matter of fact, it's huge because we just recorded in July. We did this live recording.
Oh man!
So a live recording, man. Live at the Tabernacle any given Sunday. And it's funny because we're waiting on the masters to come back. We're going to release this on New Year's Eve. We're excited about that.
Exclusive.
And, so we're getting ready to release our first. What's the single? What's the single we're doing?
It's called Awesome God.
Awesome God. So it's just crazy, man. One of the things I think I love about our church is dexterity in worship. Is we can do contemporary, traditional. So you're gonna hear a hymn on it. You're gonna hear communion song and some praise and worship. Some of the elements that we have, and so we're gonna release. We're gonna release that single as soon as we get out. And thank you for all those who helped us with that. But New Year's Eve is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be our release, but also we are renting out the convention center, and we got Lettucey coming.
Y'all working.
Now, what church brings Lettucey? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be crazy. So excited! It's gonna be a great night, and releasing the album. Lettucey be there. I got a word as we talk about 2018, and then for a few hours afterwards, it's gonna be a party. You know, so it's gonna be crazy. So I want everybody to come as you are. You know, come as you are. You know, we want to bring in the new year. I always love bringing it in the church, so that's what we're gonna try to do. So, Trey just a beast, man.
Yeah,
He's a monster.
You recently with me. You got 1 million views, 1 million subscribers.
I mean, he got like 5
million subscribers on YouTube.
YouTube pays him.
Wow, I seen the play. I seen the
like
You
YouTube
hit
plays.
100,000 subscribers, they send you a plaque.
He made 100,000 like 3 years.
Oh man, I'm late.
They about to call it Trey 2. It ain't gonna be YouTube no more. It's gonna be Trey 2.
Trey 2, man, he taking over.
Yeah, it's crazy. I travel so much, and everywhere I go, the first thing people ask me, man, you got Trey with you? Yeah, man, Trey with us, man. It's Trey. I'm glad to have it. Because a lot of the videos, man, be at the family license, so he made us famous.
Oh, for real?
Because of the videos that right across the street.
Man.
Right, yeah, that's at the family license. I be acting like I'm there. Yeah, that's that. But he's incredible, man. So
I appreciate it.
man, thank you, man. Want something to say on Dirty Couch?
Yeah, it's gonna say something, Trey. You the celebrity. Y'all do
Ain't
the
nobody.
celebrity.
Just glad to be here, glad to be a part of this ministry and just what we have going on here. And I don't take for granted that I have good leadership, integrous leadership, and leadership that pours into me. It's always a blessing. So I'm happy to be here, and it's a blessing to be a part of it.
Why do you think young people come? I know the Blair brothers are trying to reach the millennials. Why do you think we attract millennials? What is it?
I think one thing is they kind of can see themselves in us. I mean, both of us we're younger in ministry, but a little older than most millennials would be considered. But I feel like they can see us in themselves. But also, I feel like we do a good job of staying relevant as a church.
That's true.
Doing music and worship that kind of appeals to them, and even the stuff that wouldn't is done on a level that they can accept it, you know what I mean? And not just that, I feel like the word that you give a lot of times is applicable to their lives, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that millennials look for. They want to be touched immediately, you know, they don't have a lot of patience.
That's true.
So they want to come in and connect. So at the end of the day, I feel like they come to this church and immediately can feel a connection. I think that is why we attract a lot of millennials.
Because I really think the next wave of ministry, and one thing we really try to be intentional about, is relationships. And I really, I think you just gotta meet people where they are. So I think it's funny, we go out and I joke with Trey, and we go back and forth with just things. But man, at the end of the day, man, I'm grateful for the platform God gives me, but I'm a regular guy. I like regular stuff. I'm always amazed when I see people out. Oh my God, it's Pete. Oh my God. I'm like,
They really do that.
No, I know he give it all the time.
They
So
legit do that.
Yeah.
It's just funny because I'm like, dude, I'm regular. I don't, I love meeting people. I really do. And I love Augusta. I think we talked about this before. Trey's a native of here. I love Augusta. I think Augusta is so prime to blow up, And so I get a lot of people, for a long time when I first got here. Part of my discouragement was people considered this a transitory place. Right? So we had military people here 3 years or whatever. But man, I said, guys, listen, I'm from Greensboro, so I'm not a big city guy. I used to live in Atlanta when I was in seminary. I hated it. I don't like the traffic, all that kind of stuff. But man, I love Augusta because its proximity to other places. I think there's opportunities for advancement, especially for Black people, man. I mean, one of the few cities, we got a Black mayor, Black sheriff. I mean, every significant position. I tell people, man, I'm 38 and I'm a leading religious voice in the area. You can hear me on the radio 6 or some times. But where is that at? That's why I'm always pushing Trey. I mean, Trey travels the world in Poland and and all these other places, and I can travel all. I've been to do it, and I said, but all from Augusta, you know. And when I was mentoring some people at Laney, I was telling them, you know, guys, you got Jesse Norman from here, right? You got Fishburne from here, James Brown. And there's some, you know, so which tells me this place is incredible. So anybody out there, man, you know, don't ever think that Augusta is just some little podunk town. It's really on the up and come, but it's up to us. You know, so we can create opportunities, man. Y'all doing this show, and that's one of the reasons I was like, man, I gotta be here. I'm all for black entrepreneurship and pushing people to, hey man, you got a dream, do it, right? You ain't gotta go to Atlanta to do it. The market's oversaturated, but do what you do here, perfect it here. Like, and I always think that's what's great. I mean, think about it, we have a church that's pushing over close to 10,000 members in Augusta. So I'm like, dude, we can do it. You can do it here, and a lot of opportunities coming. I think it's gonna be great. So I love this. I love being here. When you gonna leave? Where am I going? I'm good. Like I am so good. This is great. I love this place. I love Tabernacle. I love the city. I feel called an assignment to the city, and I'm at this new place in my leadership. I want to release people. I want to empower people. Hey man, you can do something. You know, you can be something. You can. It's on you though. Absolutely. Grind it. I mean, ain't nothing gonna be given to us. We know how crazy the political climate is now. I ain't gonna use it as an excuse. Hey, grind it out. Force a niche. The Bible says your gift makes room for you, which means ultimately too many people look for opportunities when the thing is, look for the gift. Perfect your gift, and your gift will make the room. See, too many are trying to get the room without the gift. That's it. You gotta do the gift. You gotta find out what my passion. I don't work. Every day I wake up, I'm doing what I absolutely love to do. And because of that, it's taking this little kid that got adopted by his grandparents across the world. So I just think it's there. So
that's it. I don't want to say nothing else, man. We talking to the people from Augusta, Georgia, man. Pastor Goodman has said it. Trey has said it.
Do it. It's here. Augusta's an incredible place. It's up to us, though. You know, it's really up to us, those who are watching this. Blair Brothers, man, major shout out to you. I appreciate y'all, you know, trying to highlight this city and others. We got some incredible people. We'll call them Clay, some others who are trying to do their thing. And I'm always like, hey, man, do your thing, you know, because there's enough space. And we only be hating each other, encourage one another. I love the competition. I love pushing, so now we can keep going and pushing further. So John Holden, he does a lot of stuff with us. So I think there's some incredible talent here that is worldwide, right here. That's real. So I just think it's cool.
Man, I am so honored. Man, I'm about to cry, man. This is like a dream come true, man.
A dirty couch. He ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna let him cry on a dirty couch.
And Trey, man, y'all don't know how much this means to me, man, for real. I don't have nothing else to say, man. We on the dirty couch, man. Another episode. Trey McLaughlin, Pastor Goodman, man.
Bless y'all. So PG sign off. Thank y'all so much, man. Much love to you. Come, make sure you watch us. New Year's Eve, Convention Center, album release, 5 services, January. Come on, hang out with us. Much love to you.
This is big.
Great is thy faithfulness, O Lord, unto me. Looking over my life, it's obvious to see my ups and downs. You're always around, never left me by myself, cared for me like no one else. Still I disobey, but you never turn away. Even at my best, I'm still a mess, but your grace is sufficient to carry me through.